Yeah, 100%. And I'm going to say a point. Well, first of all, I got to say that you know, I'm sure that this podcast, coming on a Flat Earthers podcast, is, people will use it to discredit me in the future or something like that. But I don't care about that at all. Let them do that. I believe in free speech, and it's this whole nonsense. If we all just stopped caring, the media, they do all kinds of things to like tell people not to like a certain person, and then we all listen. If we all would just say I don't care anymore, then they would be powerless. But I'll say that when it comes to flat Earth, if anybody is used this video later to discredit me, as a flat earther or whatever, I challenge them to, because this is what happened to my wife and I. We watched we thought it was a joke. You like everyone. We were globalists and everything like that. And then we watched some flat Earth content as a joke. It was level. Eric Dubay, credit where it's due, and the Hubble brothers, whatever their name is, and
Hibbler.
and we what Hibbler brothers. We watched it on Earth Day, and I guess what year was that? 2021, 2022, whatever it was.
Yeah,
and
2020. It's been a while. Yeah.
Was it 2020? Was it May of 2020?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, we heard about it from our mail lady, who we always would talk to whenever she would come by, and she would tell us the real news that was going on. And she said that this thing was coming out. So my wife said to me, "Oh, we got to watch this tonight." So we thought it was a joke. We watch it, and I'm not even gonna say that it's a great documentary because it's interesting. It's like it didn't have to be. It just asked questions that were so obvious that for some reason have been suppressed in me. I'm describing every flat earther, and I was like, oh yeah, that's true. Like I stopped asking why we don't feel that we're moving a long time ago. So we said to each other, let's just pretend it's real and be open-minded and think about it. And then we went for a walk at night. It was nighttime, and I looked upstairs at the stars and the moon in a way that I'd never looked at them before. And I said to myself, pretend it's true. Pretend it's the way that, by the way, everyone before Copernicus apparently believed it to be. I said, pretend it's, Maimonides, one of the great Jewish philosophers who lived in the 13th century. His chapter 3 of his masterpiece work is called the Foundations of the Torah. That's chapter 3, Hilchos Yesodei HaTorah. That's what it is in Hebrew. And he describes the Talmudic model. He says that this is the foundations of the Torah is understanding this model. He writes that. I'll go through it with you one day. And I said, pretend Maimonides is right, and pretend all these people before Copernicus were right, and just think about it for a minute. I felt closer to God than I had ever felt, I think, in my life. And that feeling has never gone away, because you feel God's closeness. You feel that you're a special creation, that God created this world and he's watching it and he's active participant in it. And that was so special to me. I felt it immediately. I knew it to be true. I didn't have to hear any of your amazing science or proofs or anything like that. And people say, oh, well, why would they lie? I said, that's why. It was so obvious to me. And that's, I guess, that 4 years ago now. I have to look that up. But I just, people who won't open their minds to it are missing out. They should just do a thought experiment. But nobody wants to be a scientist. Whenever I yell if I'm not yelling about January 6th, my kids know I'm yelling about flat Earth. And and it's the same for everyone. We have these conversations, and the other person sees in 1 minute that they haven't looked into their model for a second, and I actually know their model better than they do. And then I just be a scientist. Like Copernicus, who you like, had to think outside. If you admire him, then emulate him. And he thought outside of the mold, according to your history books. So why don't you do that and be a real scientist? And I'm going to say this, Austin, you are a real scientist. It's amazing to watch you. I love your content. I'm so proud to represent.
Thank you. That's such an awesome testimony and experience. You were right, by the way. Level 2021. You were right.
Okay,
you're right, dude. That's so. I will say,